Think Netflix is just comfort watches and background noise? Think again. These 10 wild films will mess with your mind, twist your expectations, and have you replaying scenes in your head for days. Some are psychological thrillers, others are surreal deep dives, but all of them stick with you. Let's count down the most mind-bending movies you can stream right now. This is 10 wild Netflix movies that'll leave you thinking for days. Number 10, iBoy.
A vigilante or something. He's trying to take on the gangs.
iBoy takes the superhero genre and wires it straight into your skull, literally. After a violent attack leaves shards of his smartphone embedded in his brain, a London teen wakes up with the ability to control technology with his mind. But instead of cape and tights, he wages a one-man war against the gang that shattered the life of the girl he loves. Set in a gritty, high-rise estate and pulsing with neon energy, this isn't your typical origin story. It's more of a digital revenge thriller with cyberpunk overtones. The film blends street-level grit with near-future tech, diving into themes of justice, trauma, and power. It's raw, unpolished, and loaded with unexpected edge. Number 9, CTRL.
Take control of my life.
A techno thriller that plays out entirely through screens, but don't let that fool you. This one packs more tension and dread into a single live stream than most blockbusters do in 2 hours. When a viral breakup pushes a social media influencer to use an advanced AI assistant to erase her ex from her digital life, things quickly spiral into surveillance, sabotage, and sinister secrets. The sleek app starts helping until it starts deciding. What unfolds is a chilling look at how far we're willing to let algorithms into our lives, and what happens when they stop asking for permission. With slick visuals, a tight runtime, and a paranoid energy that feels ripped straight from Black Mirror, it is a cautionary tale for the screen-obsessed age. Number 8, Spiderhead.
Acknowledge.
Yeah, acknowledge.
Spiderhead throws you into a sleek, sunlit nightmare where high-tech mind control meets psychological torment. Set in an experimental prison that feels more like a resort, inmates volunteer for drug trials in exchange for reduced sentences. But the substances they're testing don't just tweak emotions, they hijack them. With a charismatic overseer and a menu of mood-altering chemicals, what starts as manipulation quickly turns to moral collapse. This is sci-fi with a syringe to the soul, bright, brutal, and quietly unhinged. The real horror isn't in the tech, it's in what people do when their choices aren't their own. If you're into stylish dystopias that blend philosophy with pressure cooker tension, Spiderhead is a trip you won't walk away from clean. Number 7, The Perfection.
Oh my God. Your arm! There's something crawling inside.
Twisted, stylish, and completely unhinged. The Perfection is the kind of psychological thriller that dares you to guess what's coming, then pulls the rug out from under you every time. What starts as a story of 2 prodigy cellists bonding over talent and trauma quickly spirals into a fever dream of revenge, cults, and bodily horror. With sleek direction and a narrative that folds in on itself like origami, the film builds tension through hypnotic visuals, queasy twists, and a dark undercurrent of abuse and control. It's gory, operatic, and deeply unsettling in a way that dares you to look away but won't let you. Equal parts art film and exploitation shocker. This one's not for the faint of heart, but if you're into mind games and wild reveals, it's unforgettable. Number 6, Horse Girl.
Are you okay?
Horse Girl is a strange, slow-burning descent into paranoia, memory loss, and otherworldly confusion. Sarah, a shy and quirky woman, begins to lose her grip on reality as she experiences blackouts, bizarre dreams, and a growing belief that she might be a clone, or even an alien abductee. What starts as a grounded character study quickly spirals into a surreal exploration of mental illness, time loops, and alternate realities. Alison Brie delivers a fearless performance that blurs the line between psychological breakdown and sci-fi mystery. It's one of those films where you'll constantly question what's real, what's imagined, and what it all means, even after the credits roll. If you're into cerebral, off-kilter stories that mess with perception, Horse Girl is a must-watch. Number 5. The House.
The family must take up residence in the house.
The House is a haunting stop-motion anthology that unfolds across 3 surreal stories, all set in the same mysterious home, with each tale spanning different timelines and species, yes, including rats and cats. The film explores themes of obsession, transformation, and identity through eerie, often unsettling scenarios. From a Victorian family lured into a nightmarish renovation, to a developer overtaken by squatters and decay, to a flooded world where the house becomes a boat, each chapter delivers visual wonder and psychological depth. The animation is intricate, tactile, and deeply atmospheric, making every frame feel alive and strange. It's not your typical animated film. It's weird, dark, and layered with metaphors. If you're craving something bold, bizarre, and artfully twisted, The House will definitely leave its mark. Number 4. Gerald's Game.
That will not work.
Trapped, alone, and handcuffed to a bed in a remote lake house, Gerald's Game turns a simple premise into a harrowing psychological nightmare. After a romantic getaway goes fatally wrong, Jesse must fight for survival, both physically and mentally, while unraveling long-buried trauma that resurfaces in terrifying ways. Directed by horror maestro Mike Flanagan and adapted from Stephen King's once unfilmable novel, this story blends intense suspense with deeply emotional storytelling. Carla Gugino delivers a powerhouse performance, carrying the film almost single-handedly as hallucinations blur with reality. Between the ticking clock of dehydration, the eerie figure lurking in the dark, and the horror of her own past, the tension never lets up. It's a claustrophobic, cerebral thriller that lingers long after the credits roll. Number 3. I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
It's snowing.
Winter is coming in.
We have a real connection.
Drenched in dread and surrealism, I'm Thinking of Ending Things is a psychological descent that defies easy explanation. Directed by Charlie Kaufman, the film follows a young woman visiting her boyfriend's family farm, only to unravel through shifting identities, distorted timelines, and philosophical conversations that spiral into madness. With mesmerizing performances by Jessie Buckley and Jesse Plemons, this cerebral trip blends anxiety, memory, and existential despair into a narrative that constantly folds in on itself. The setting becomes claustrophobic, the tone increasingly eerie, and the structure mesmerizingly unstable, until reality itself collapses. It's not a film to watch casually. This is one that begs for attention, interpretation, and maybe even a second viewing. You won't come out with clear answers, but you'll be thinking about it for days. Number 2. Leave the World Behind.
We are seeing ongoing cyber attacks across the country.
In Leave the World Behind, writer-director Sam Esmail crafts a deeply unnerving apocalyptic thriller that's as much about the collapse of trust and social order as it is about global catastrophe. Julia Roberts and Mahershala Ali lead a powerhouse cast in a story about 2 families forced together in an upscale Long Island rental as mysterious disruptions escalate, from vanished communication to eerie animal behavior to airliner crashes and microwave attacks. Esmail drenches every frame with suspense and unease, revealing societal fragility through an atmosphere thick with dread and slow-burning paranoia. With its cryptic messages, symbolic imagery, like a grounded oil tanker named White Lion, and bleak ambiguity, the film isn't just a disaster story. It's a chilling reflection on race, privilege, and survival in a disintegrating world. It lingers long after the credits. Number 1. The Platform.
¿Más gente abajo?
The Platform is a visceral Spanish dystopian thriller that serves as a searing metaphor for inequality and human selfishness. Set in a vertical prison called the Vertical Self-Management Center, prisoners are randomly placed on different levels each month. A platform filled with food descends daily, stopping briefly at each floor, but those at the top gorge while the lower levels starve. When Goring enters the system voluntarily for a diploma, he witnesses humanity at its most depraved and most desperate. Directed by Galder Gaztelu Urrutia, the film is brutal, minimalist, and deeply symbolic, tackling class divide, moral decay, and the illusion of order. It's chillingly effective and unforgettable. The powerful story continues in The Platform 2, which is just as haunting, and that's our list. From high-concept nightmares in vertical prisons to psychological unravelings, cult conspiracies, and reality-shifting breakdowns, Netflix is a goldmine for mind-bending, disturbing thrillers that linger long after the credits roll. If even one of these films just made it onto your must-watch list, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the best stories streaming right now. Got a twisted psychological film we missed? Drop it in the comments. And if you stuck with us all the way to the bottom of the platform, leave a popcorn emoji so we know you're one of the real ones. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.